morning to all of you, dear participants. I hope all of you are enjoying various sessions, being engaged during this training program. As far as this program is concerned, our focus is on sharing our knowledge and our expertise in the area of advanced instructional strategies and we are covering all the aspects, whether it is pedagogy or planning for instructions, or we are talking about the learning space, different type of or various ways of imparting instructions, whether it is a flipped classroom or blended learning or cooperative method of learning. One very aspect that I will be covering today, that is on curriculum design and effective curriculum implementation. My friends, I will be sharing with you my experience related to effective curriculum design and implementation. And what I plan to cover as far as this session is concerned is what is the concept of curriculum? What do we actually mean by curriculum? Sometimes curriculum is this term is being used interchangeably with syllabus. So what we actually mean by curriculum, and then I will discuss what are different stages of developing the curriculum. Curriculum development is a very systematic and scientific process. So how we go about in developing the curriculum? What are the broad stages of developing the curriculum? And then I will be specifically focusing on how we are actually at NITR Chandigarh, how we are designing the curriculum. We get a lot of requests from various universities and the state boards, and also All India Council for Technical Education to develop the curriculum. So we are following a specific process, so that I will share with you how we are developing the curriculum. And then, my friends, I will also deal with what are various aspects related to curriculum implementation. What steps we need to take to ensure effective curriculum implementation. So this is what I plan to cover as far as this session is concerned. So right way, directly let's go to the concept of curriculum. What we actually mean by curriculum. Curriculum, in the simplest term, we can say that curriculum is a plan for learning. I mean, if you want the students to learn something, you want that students need to have certain knowledge in particular area. So how do you plan so that the learning takes place? What you really need to teach, what type of activities you need to carry out, how those activities will be carried out. So complete planning has to be done so that actually learning takes place. So that is what is curriculum. It is a plan for learning. Actually, this term curriculum, it is derived from Latin word currere, and currere actually means race course. So you can, my friends, equate this term curriculum with the race course. And there are similarities as far as both these terms, race course and curriculum, are concerned. In race course, you have a starting point from where the race will start, and similarly, you have a finishing line, a point where the race is going to end. And another very important feature of race course is that there is a well-defined path on which the horses have to run. Similarly, in curriculum also, there's a well-defined entry level, and then the duration of the program, whether it is a 3-year program or 4-year or 5-year program, so that the finishing line is also defined, and the path that the students have to take, which subjects the students have to study in the first semester, in the second semester, and the subsequent semesters. So that is also well defined. So that is why you equate curriculum with the race course. You can also say that curriculum actually also implies all the activities which the students are carrying out in the institute to achieve the educational objectives. So you have certain goals in your mind, you have certain objectives in your mind, and to achieve those goals, to achieve those objectives, students are carrying out certain activities, whether they are attending the session in the classroom, listening to the lecture, or they are performing practicals in the laboratories, or they are going to the library and studying there, completing their assignment, going through some research paper, going through some magazine. So that is another very important activities. Or the students are playing games, students are engaged in cultural activities or sports activities. So all these activities which the students are carrying out to achieve certain objectives, that they constitute curriculum. Okay, so once the concept of curriculum is clear to all the participants, then I move to the next aspect, and that is what are different stages of developing the curriculum. Once we get a project from some stakeholder, from some client, so from some technical institute to design the curriculum or to update the curriculum, this project undergoes through various stages. So let me share with you what are different stages. What are different stages of developing the curriculum? Total, there are 4 stages. So these are the 4 stages of developing the curriculum. First stage is need analysis. Need analysis. The second stage is curriculum design. The third stage is curriculum implementation, and the fourth stage is curriculum evaluation. So these are the 4 stages of developing the curriculum: need analysis, curriculum design, curriculum implementation, and curriculum evaluation. Of course, we'll be focusing on the second stage, which is curriculum design, and the third stage, that is curriculum implementation. But otherwise, there are 4 stages. So let us see what is actually happening during these 4 stages. First of all, the need analysis stage. As soon as we get a project to design the curriculum of a program, or to update the curriculum of a program, so the first stage is the need analysis stage. So what we are doing in this stage is we are trying to identify what are the employment opportunities. Okay, so this is what is being done at need analysis, to identify what are the areas in which the students will be getting the job, whether it is a public sector or it is in the area of private sector, whether it is or even we identify various types of industries where they will be getting the job. So all types of industry, whether it is a long-term employment or short-term employment, and so this is what we are trying to find out, employment opportunities. And I mean, why we need to design the curriculum? What is the purpose of floating this curriculum? This is what we discuss at this stage. Analyze the need, and what is the do the industry really need these type of students who are trained in a particular area, and whether some employment avenues are available to the pass out of this program. So this is what we find out at this stage: employment opportunities. What will be the job profile? Okay, well, I mean, in which area these students will be working after passing out, whether they will be working on the shop floor, or they will be working in the marketing area, or is it R&D section or quality control area? So what are the what is the area in which they will be working? What will be their job profile? Whether it will be a blue collar job or a white collar job. I mean, whether they will be sitting in the office and taking the managerial decisions, or they will be actually working on the shop floor, maybe operating certain machines or testing certain machine, or doing some repair and maintenance activities. So what is the job profile of the program which we are designing? And another very important thing is technological developments at workplace. So if I am designing the curriculum for, say, mechatronics, a degree program in mechatronics, so what are the advances that have taken place in that field? What is the software, latest software that is being used? What are different types of equipment, machines, and processes that are being used? What is the state of art technology in that particular discipline? So all these things we find out at this stage, which is called as need analysis stage. And what type of competencies we are expecting from the pass outs of this program? What type of knowledge we want to develop in the students? What type of skills we want to develop? So all these things we are deciding at this first stage of curriculum development, and this is called need analysis stage. Okay. Then so once this first stage is over, need analysis stage is over, then we go to the second stage, and second stage is called the curriculum design stage. We are very critical stage because here we actually decide what is to be taught, the what part, what is to be taught, and how we have to teach it. Okay, we actually decide what is to be taught, how it is to be taught, how it is to be evaluated. Everything is decided at this stage, curriculum design stage, second stage. Mainly, we are focusing on writing down the objectives of the program, and there are so many courses for a program, and for every course also we are writing the objectives. Complete program objectives also we are writing at this stage. We also identify various subject areas. We call them as curriculum areas or subject areas. So how many subject areas will be taught? Say, for example, you are having a 4-year degree program, and there are 4-year means 8 semesters, and every semester you are teaching 5 to 6 courses. So that means around 40 to 45 courses or subject areas. So we identify which are the subject areas that will be offered to the students, in which semester which particular course will be taught. So this we finalize, and then subsequently you detail out the contents of every subject area, the theory part, the practical part. Also decide the tutorial parts, the assignments to be given. So all the detailed contents that are to be taught to the students that are worked out. And then besides this theory and practical classes, there may be so many other things such as the project part, or the industrial training part. So everything is decided at this stage. So my friends, curriculum design stage, we are actually writing down, spelling out what are the curriculum objectives, identifying and finalizing what are the subject areas. As you know, every semester you are having 5 to 6 subject areas, 5 to 6 courses. So we identify those and then detailing out the contents, the theory part, practical part, everything is decided at this stage. So curriculum design is very, very critical. Okay. So once we complete this stage, your curriculum document is ready, and you hand over this document to the client. So for example, if some university has requested us to design the curriculum, so at this stage we complete everything. Our curriculum document is ready, and we hand over the document to our client. Then the third stage, okay, then again, let's go back to these various stages. So we have completed need analysis stage, we completed curriculum design stage, and we finalized the curriculum document, and we hand it over to our client. The third stage is curriculum implementation. So now the curriculum has to be implemented. If some university is requesting us, we hand over the curriculum to the university, so they have to implement in their university. If some state has requested us to design the curriculum, for example, some time back, the state of Punjab requested us to design the curriculum for around 35 programs. So we spent around 1.5 years and designed the curriculum designed the curriculum of 35 programs and submitted it to Punjab, and now they are implementing it in their state. So this is the third stage is curriculum implementation. Implementation is again very, very critical, especially if you have to implement the curriculum effectively. Then resources are very, very important aspect. Resources have to be there, equipment has to be there, machines, faculty, staff. So all these things are resources. Resources have to be there, and if resources are not there, you have to arrange for those resources. Very, very, very critical aspect of implementation, that resources, please organize or arrange the resources. Some resources are there in your institute. For some other resources, you can network with other organization, maybe some engineering college, maybe polytechnic, maybe some other industry, so or some R&D organization. So network with others to arrange the resources. And whatever resources are available in your institute, please ensure that they are being utilized properly. So many times resources are available in your institute, but to what extent we are using them? What is the utilization factor? Just see that one machine is available in your workshop, or one instrument is available in your laboratory. So how much time in 1 year that instrument or that machine is being utilized? You have a PowerPoint presentation facility in your department. So to what extent you are using those PPT facilities in the classroom? So that aspect has also to be considered. Good learning environment is again very, very important. Create good learning environment, and it is the responsibility of all the faculty members to create that healthy environment where the students and teachers can interact. If there are any doubts, any clarity, students can always come to the teacher. So learning environment is very, very important. Networking with industry is very, very, very important. Involve the industry in all type of activities. And another aspect is training of student, of course, is there. Industrial training, project based training, problem based training, and then faculty training of the faculty, training of the staff member, continuously training and retraining. That is very, very important for effective implementation of the curriculum. Okay, so need analysis stage, curriculum design stage, curriculum implementation, and then the fourth stage is called curriculum evaluation. The last stage is called curriculum evaluation. You evaluate the curriculum. So what is curriculum evaluation? Curriculum evaluation is that you are actually monitoring the implementation process. It is quite possible that you have designed the curriculum in an effective way, keeping in mind the needs of the industry, but during implementation, there may be certain problems. Maybe you do not have the resources, or the faculty member is not properly trained, or there may be some other difficulties. So, if you are facing difficulty in implementation of the curriculum, so that aspect is monitored, and then some corrective action is taken. Maybe the curriculum is redesigned, or some alternative strategies, alternative options, or some other ways to implement the curriculum effectively. They are shared with the client. So curriculum evaluation means monitoring the implementation and taking corrective action. So that is curriculum evaluation. So my friends, these are the, let me repeat, these are the 4 stages of developing the curriculum: need analysis, curriculum design, curriculum implementation, and curriculum evaluation. And during evaluation, whatever feedback you get, whether the feedback is to redesign the curriculum, or to implement the curriculum in a different way, or sometimes the feedback is to entirely change the objectives of the program. So depending on the feedback, you take necessary action, and you redesign the curriculum, again implement the curriculum. So it is a cyclic process. Curriculum development is a cyclic process. Continuously you are looking for that feedback, and based on that, again making changes in the curriculum, again implementing it, and again continuously monitoring it. So that is how curriculum development goes on. Okay, then let us again focus on the curriculum design aspect, because this session is on curriculum design, and of course some aspect on implementation also I'll be covering. So let us again focus on curriculum design, especially how at NITRE Chandigarh we are designing the curriculum. It's a very, very, again let me emphasize this fact that it is a very, curriculum design is a very scientific and systematic process. Okay, so let us see how we are designing the curriculum. Curriculum design process, it involves certain steps, say 10 steps are there, and let us go through those 10 steps, and let me share with you all those 10 steps in detail, and then so that you have a broader, or you have a better idea of how to design the curriculum. Okay, so these are the first 5 steps, and I will discuss them one by one. The first step is stating the constraints. Then the second step is activity analysis. Third step is determine the program objectives. Then you go to the next step, that is determining the subject areas or curriculum areas. And step number 5 is determine the scope and content of each subject. That is detailing out the contents of each subject area. Okay. So first of all, so let us see all these steps one by one. What is stating the constraint? What do we mean by stating the constraint? Stating the constraint means whenever we get a project from a client, say a university, we are getting a project from a university that a curriculum of a program has to be designed. So in this first step, stating the constraint, I will discuss with the client, are there any constraints? I mean, what type of curriculum they want? Is there any feedback from the industry? What is the duration of the program? Some programs are 4-year duration. Some programs are of 3-year duration. You must have seen that in NEP, National Education Policy, They have provided a lot of flexibility that UG programs, you can have the UG program that for of 3 year duration or 4 year duration. This all these things are being discussed at step number one. That what is the duration of the program, and what is the pattern, whether it is going to be semester pattern or annual pattern. So again, this is discussed at step number one. What is the entry level of the student, whether the students will be +2 or some other qualification, or whether some lateral entry system will also be there. So all these things are discussed, whether we'll be providing certain flexibility, we'll be keeping certain industrial training, certain project work. So all these things, what is the teaching, how many hours of teaching will be done in every semester. So all these are discussed under constraints. So this is step number one. So in detail, any expectations from the client, any feedback they have collected from the industry. So this is discussed at step number one, and it is finalized. Okay. Then you go to step number two, that is activity analysis. Activity analysis, very, very important aspect. Now, my friends, please keep in mind that we have not started with the designing of the curriculum. First of all, we are carrying out, we stated the constraint, and then second step is we carry out this activity analysis. Activity analysis. What is activity analysis? Okay, now this is very, very important. Just let me show you one slide. What is activity analysis? So this is activity analysis. See, we visualize that our students have passed out and they are working in the industry. So what type of activities they will be carrying out in the industry once they pass out? Okay. So to perform those activities, what type of knowledge will be required, and to perform those activities, what type of skills and attitudes will be required. So this is what we call as activity. And we analyze the activity, that to perform those activities, to perform those day-to-day activities, what type of knowledge, what type of skills are required as far as students, our pass-out students are concerned. For example, let us take an example that the industry expects that when our pass-out students are working in the industry, on day-to-day basis, they should be able to prepare material schedule, equipment schedule, and labor schedule. This is for, this activity is for, say, a graduate in mechanical engineering, okay, or even a diploma holder in mechanical engineering, or in production engineering, or a degree holder in industrial engineering. So once this activity has been identified that our students have to prepare schedules, so to prepare these schedules, what type of knowledge is expected from the students? They must have a knowledge of flow charts, flow diagrams, Gantt charts, MRP. So this is the type of knowledge which is expected from the students. Similarly, let us take another activity. Our pass-out students, if they are supervising the production processes, and their job is to ensure achievement of production targets as per the standards. So if our students are expected to perform this activity, then my friends, what type of knowledge is required to do this activity? Production processes, knowledge of production processes, knowledge of various machines, knowledge of various tools, jigs and fixture, knowledge of planning, how to plan, how to control, knowledge of how to lead the team, leadership qualities, ISO 9000, and what type of skills are required? Supervisory skills, machining skill, leadership skills, management skills. So these skills are expected from the pass-out student. So my friends, every activity I am analyzing, and I'm trying to find out what knowledge, what skills are required to perform that activity properly. Another activity can be that our students, when they go to the industry, they are expected to motivate the workers. and resolve any conflict amongst the workers. Okay, so if this is the activity, what type of knowledge is expected? Knowledge on motivation, how to motivate others, how to manage the conflict, and what type of skills are required. Interpersonal skills are required. So, from every activity, I am trying to find out what knowledge and what skills are expected to perform that activity, and all this knowledge and skills I am incorporating in my curriculum. So, I am trying to find out what type of knowledge, what type of skills are expected to perform various day to day activities, and all these knowledge and skills I am incorporating in my curriculum. So this is what is activity analysis. A very, very important aspect, my friends. It is a time consuming activity. We actually as a professional, we go to the industry, we interact with the people in the industry, and based on that we actually observe what type of activities our pass out students are carrying out when they are working in the industry, and based on that we analyze those activities and find out what type of knowledge, what type of skills, competencies are expected from those students, and based on that we develop our curriculum. Okay, then we go to step number 3: determine the program objectives. POs, we call them as POs. You must have heard about POs and COs, course objectives, course outcome, program objectives, program outcomes. So we at step number 3 we determine what are the objectives of our program, what type of competencies we want to develop in the students through our program. There can be certain technical competencies, there can be some soft skill, some managerial skills, and some other, so many other objectives can be there. You must have gone through, you must be familiar with the graduate attributes. What are the expectations of accreditation agencies? So here, step number 3, we actually determine the objectives of our program. So, for example, again, this is a program in mechanical engineering. You have certain objectives, and there can be around 20, 25, 10, 12, any number of objectives that you have to decide. So, for example, just let me share with you, a graduate in mechanical engineering is expected to be well versed with various production processes, tools and equipment, and quality control operation, including use of high-tech machine and CNC machine. So this is one of the program objective, that after passing out, my student is competent to handle those machines, tools, equipment, CNC machines, high-tech machine related to that discipline. Another program objective can be that our students are having knowledge and skills regarding various measuring instruments and inspection techniques, because we expect that our pass outs, they will have to engage in measurement, they will have to engage in inspection. So they must be imparted the necessary knowledge and skills in this area. Similarly, procedure for installation, erection, layout, testing, and maintenance of machine. Another very, very important objective that we expect from the student. So, my friends, here in this way, we are listing the program objective. Complete all the objectives of the program. Say you are having a degree program in electrical engineering. So what are the objectives of this program? You list down all the objectives. Okay. Then you go to step number 4, determine the curriculum areas. What are the subject areas? What are different subjects you will be teaching? As I told you, that every semester you are having around 5 to 6 subjects. And for a 4-year degree program, that means around 45 subjects. So what are different subject areas? So that you decide at step number 4. Then step number 5, you determine the scope and content of each subject. Okay. So all the subject areas which you have identified, at step number 5, you detail out the contents, the theory part, the practical part, or any other thing related to that subject. You define it. All or what is the scope of that subject, how it is connected, what is the rationale, or what is the rationale of teaching that subject, and how that subject can be taught effectively. So this is the scope and content of each subject you decide. uh, Especially, my friends, when you talk about the scope, what is the scope of each subject? Scope means, I mean, there can be certain subject, certain subject that can be taught in say one semester, and then depending on the importance, depending on the time available, it is quite possible that the subject is extended to 2 semester or 3 semester. uh, and similarly, there can be a subject, that same subject can be taught in a smaller amount of time. Maybe you spend around 10 hours only, or 12 hours. So that you have to see, well, what is the level of the program. Are you offering this subject to a degree holder, or for a master level program, or a diploma level program? So depending on that, you decide what is going to be the scope of that subject, and depending on that, you allot the time corresponding to that subject. So all these things are connected. So now go to step number 6. Work out the time required for each subject. So once you have decided the what is the scope of the subject, what are the detailed contents, the theory part, practical part, then you allot the time. Okay, this is very, very important. You must have, you must be. I'm sure that you are familiar with LTP. L stands for lecture, T stands for tutorial, P stands for practical. So LTP are actually, this is the hours per week. How much hours we will be teaching the students every week in a semester. So this time we decide, uh, after you we detail out the contents of the subject. Depending on the content, if the contents are too much, then you give more time. If the contents are less, you will be giving lesser time. Okay, then you go to step number 7. Prepare horizontal and vertical organization of the curriculum. Okay, now this can be something new for you. Prepare horizontal and vertical organization of the curriculum. What is this horizontal and vertical organization? Okay, just let me show you a slide. Okay, this is what is horizontal and vertical organization. So all the subjects you write down, maybe if there are 40 subjects, so all the 40 subjects you write down. then you find out which subject you will be teaching in which semester. Okay, so horizontal and vertical organization is just organizing the subjects in various semesters and allotting time to that. So for example, from this horizontal vertical organization, you can see that this subject of English and communication skill, it will be taught in the first semester as well as in the second semester. In the first semester, you will be giving 6 hours per week, and in the second semester also you will be giving 6 hours per week. Similarly, the subject of applied physics, again, it will be taught in the first semester and the second semester, and time given will be 6 hours per week. Similarly, if you take this subject, basics of information technology, it will be taught in the first semester, and time allotted will be 5 hours per week. Similarly, applied mechanics subject will be taught in the third semester, and time given will be 6 hours per week. So my friends, here in horizontal or vertical organization, you are distributing the subjects in various semesters and allotting time, how much time you'll be teaching that particular subject per week in a semester. So this is what you mean by horizontal and vertical organization. Okay. Then go to step number 8. Prepare study and evaluation scheme. I hope study and evaluation scheme most of you know because you have been teaching in your institute. And I hope study and evaluation scheme is clear to you. Just let me show you a slide. So this is what is study and evaluation scheme. So study and evaluation scheme is telling you which subject will be taught in which semester. Say here it is in third semester. LTP for how much time? What is the lecture time, hours per week for the subject. Tutorial, how much time you are giving for tutorial. Similarly for practical, P practical. And besides the study part, even evaluation scheme is also written down here. What is the how much marks we are giving for internal assessment, and also breakdown of theory part, practical part. Similarly for external assessment, written paper, what are the marks allotted to that one, what is the duration of the paper, and similarly for practical, what is the marks allotted and hours allotted. So this is what is study and evaluation scheme. For every semester, you are having this study and evaluation scheme, and it is actually detailing out the time allotted to a subject and how that subject will be evaluated internally, externally. Everything is spelled out here. Okay. Then I go to step number 9. Step number 9 is work out physical, human, information, and financial resources. So now this again is very, very important aspect. In your curriculum document, whenever we are developing our curriculum, we are incorporating this thing in our curriculum document. We are finding out what are the resources required to implement this curriculum. How many faculty members are required, staff members are required, how many labs are required, what is the equipment required to in various lab, broad specification of the equipment, and various information resources, various textbooks, lab manuals, workbooks, and even financial resources that are required. Everything is decided in our curriculum document. So all the resources to effectively implement the curriculum, what are the different resources that are required, all this thing is decided and we are incorporating in our curriculum. And finally, step number 10, recommend the instructional strategies and references, reference books, which are required to teach a particular subject area. Any method of instructions, any method of imparting instruction. And my friends, for every subject, instruction strategy will be different. For example, if you have to teach the subject of drawing, then your method of imparting instruction will be different because you will be using various working models and laying a lot of emphasis on the drawing part, how the students are actually drawing or making use of software such as AutoCAD. And if you are teaching some other subject, say you are teaching English and communication, then your method of delivering instruction or delivering your method of teaching will be entirely different. So for every subject area, our instruction strategy will be different, and so we are recommending these things in our curriculum document. Step number 10, various reference books, even websites, various laboratory manuals, and various methods of imparting instruction in the classroom. This we are recommending, and this is step number 10. So, my friend, this is all. This is the way we are designing our curriculum. These are the 10 steps. Of course, at the end of the session, if there are, I'll be also asking if you have any question on this one. But before that, just give me some more time to focus on the implementation aspect. Once we design the curriculum, we have to it has to be implemented. Of course, the stakeholder, our job is to design the curriculum, and if we are designing the curriculum for your institute, for your university, then you have to implement the curriculum. But there may be certain problems in implementing the curriculum. You must be facing a lot of difficulties, and it is quite possible that you want to implement in a proper way. You want to do your best while implementing the curriculum. You want to achieve the objectives of the curriculum. You want to achieve the course outcomes. But due to one reason or other, you are not able to implement the curriculum effectively. So what should be done at institute level? What should be done at department level? How HODs and other faculty members, how you should go about so that and ensure that implementation does happen. So let us see what we can do to effectively implement the curriculum. Some experiences I will share with you. So, okay. So here, I'm first of all, I'm discussing with you what we actually mean by implementation. Of course, I am sure that you actually understand what we actually mean by implementation. So, implementation actually means when you are putting your courses into practice, putting your syllabus and the subjects into practice. So, or I will say when you are putting all your resources into action, your faculty members, your staff member, your faculty members are going to the classrooms and they are teaching various subjects. Staff members are going to the laboratories and they are demonstrating various practicals. Workshop staff, they are going to the various workshops, various shops, and there they are again showing the students how to prepare jobs. So you're putting all your whatever resources are there, they are actually being utilized, they are put into practice, they are in action mode. So that is what you mean by curriculum implementation. Two things are very, very important that in implementation, when you are implementing, the focus is on learning, not only teaching. Teaching, of course, is there, that you are the students are the students are being taught, but the important thing is that learning is happening. Students are acquiring knowledge, students are acquiring skills, right type of attitudes are being developed in the students. So whether learning is taking place or not, so that is very, very important. If you really want to check out that in a particular institution, if curriculum is being implemented or properly or not, so one thing that you will be checking is whether learning is taking place or not. Another aspect is that during implementation, students are and teachers, they are interacting in a very conducive environment, in a very learner friendly environment. So whether that environment, proper environment is there or not. So you go to an institute and you can just observe that that right type of environment of teaching, learning is there. So it is our responsibility that we all have to contribute in developing the right type of environment in our institute. So two things, my friends, I'm focusing. One is that we focus on learning, and the second aspect is that we all have to contribute in developing or having, ensuring a right type of environment in our institute. Okay. So in implementation, let us see what is the methodology of implementation. Okay. Especially at institute level, university level, or departmental level, how you should, how your HODs or how should management, what they should do so that implementation is done properly. Again, certain steps I will share with you. So first thing, what you can do, even at department level, it is possible, and similarly at institute level, it is possible, that you identify the key problem area. Okay, key area. I mean, if you are implementing the curriculum, if you are as a faculty member, you are teaching certain subject area, you also have a fair bit of idea that this is the reason why you are not able to implement the curriculum. There can be so many issues related with implementation. Okay, so let us see what can be the reason. The main reason is resources. I mean, sometimes you want to teach, but there may be certain problem. The facilities in the classroom, they are not available. Some instrument is not available. Some equipment is not there. Some teaching aids or some models, they are not available. You know, or sometimes even some basic facilities are not available in your classroom setup or laboratory setup. So whether it is the problem of resources, or sometime resources are available, but problem can be entirely different. Sometimes the faculty may not be trained. You are being asked by your HOD to teach a particular subject. You have never taught that subject earlier. For the first time, you will be teaching that subject. So you feel you may not be confident to teach that subject. Maybe you feel that you need to undergo certain training. Maybe you go to certain industry or go to some other institute, and you need certain training. So training of faculty can be another key area. Okay. So that can be one of the issues. Sometimes another area can be that good textbook is not available. So many times I have seen there are certain areas. Of course, the program which you are offering at your institute, books may be available, but then let me give you one or two example where it is difficult to get good books at a reasonable price. I mean, books may be available, but they may be very, very costly. Especially, I can recall I was developing the curriculum for it was a program on aircraft maintenance. So while developing the curriculum, designing the contents, I came across this really typical problem that good books were not available, especially books written by Indian authors, were very, very limited books, very rare, especially books on aircraft maintenance. Most of the books are written by foreign authors and quite costly books. So sometimes this problem may be there, that good instruction material is not available. And another problem can be the level of the student. Sometimes you want to teach, and while interacting with the students, you feel that the students are not able to comprehend whatever you are teaching. The students are the level of the student, entry level of the students is not appropriate. So these can be the problem areas. So identify what is the problem area, what is the key problem area. There can be number of key areas, problem areas. So let us identify 2 to 3 key areas in your department, in your institute, in your university. So first step will be identify the key problem area, which is due to which you are not able to implement, due to which you are not able to teach effectively, due to which you are not able to achieve the course objective, due to which you are not able to achieve the outcomes. So this is step number 1. Then step number 2 is identify the related task. Okay, so identify the, if a problem area you have identified. So what tasks need to be carried out to address that problem? If resources are not available, then resources have to be procured, or some tie-up has to be done so that resources are there. If level of student is not appropriate, then what corrective action can be taken? If the faculty member is not trained, staff members or faculty member or staff members are not trained, so what corrective action can be taken? So identify the related task to address that problem. Number 3 is making the people responsible for key areas and tasks. Okay, so you have identified the problem area, you have identified what task needs to be done to address that problem area. Then make a team of people, maybe 2 persons, 3 person, even 1 person is also sometime you can have, and make, or so 1 person or a team of or a team, so make them responsible to handle those tasks. Okay. So this is very, very important, that you are identifying the problem area, identifying how that problem can be solved, and then make a team and give the responsibility to that team, that within this much time, maybe within 6 months, within 3 months, you have to deal with this problem. So this is the responsibility. At institute level, management can do this thing. At departmental level, HOD can carry out this thing, that you identify key areas, identify related tasks, and make a team who will take care of these key areas and tasks. And in this way, if you are moving around, identifying the key areas, identifying the tasks, identifying the team that will handle these key areas and tasks, you are actually preparing an operation plan. We call it as an operation plan. I will show you in the next slide. This is how, if you are identifying these three things: key areas, key problem areas, tasks to be carried out, and the team who will be responsible to address these problem areas, the team that will be responsible to carry out these tasks. So once you are able to identify this one, once you are able to prepare this table and you operationalize it, then my friend, I can assure you that you are in a far better position to implement the curriculum. Just let me so prepare this operation plan and put it into practice, and that is how you'll be able to implement your curriculum effectively. Just let me show you this plan. The three things, as I told you, that you have to identify these three things. So this is how you make your operation plan. I will request all the if senior people or HODs, they are attending this program. So keep this plan on your table. Identify the key problem areas which are due to which you are not able to implement the curriculum, and what are the tasks related to these key areas, and then you give the responsibility to some person, some senior person, or a team. You make a team and they have to handle this problem area. Okay, just I can give you some example so that the things are clear to you. For example, my friends, if the problem is you are not able to implement the curriculum in your department because of problem of resources, you are not having resources, equipment is not there, machine is not there, instrument is not there, or sometimes instrument is there, machine is there, but it is not working. So that again is a problem of resources. So most of the time I have seen that the faculty wants to implement the curriculum effectively, faculty wants to achieve the objectives, but because the resources are not there, so they have this major problem. So if this problem you have identified, and if same problem if you are having in your institute also, in your department also, so you have identified that this is the problem, resource is the problem, resources are not there, procuring the resources, that is the key area, then you identify the task to be done. Okay, maybe sometime you are teaching a particular subject, there is some practicals are to be performed, and corresponding to that, lab is not available. Corresponding to that, some workshop is not available. So that means you have to set up a lab. Sometime lab is there. You're teaching a subject, corresponding to that subject, some lab is there. But in that lab, certain equipment is not available. Certain equipment is there, but it is not working. So that means you have to either you have to purchase the equipment, or you have to get the equipment repaired, or make it functional. And similarly, sometime resources also means human resources, faculty, staff member. Sometimes there may be shortage of faculty, there may be shortage of staff. So that has also management has to see that resources in terms of human faculty staff, desired strength of faculty staff, that is there. So you identify it. So whether lab is to be set up, or equipment has to be purchased, or faculty has to be recruited, some guest lectures have to be selected, or some staff member, contractual staff has to be recruited. So once you identify those tasks, then you give the responsibility to some person. Some make a team, make identify some person, and give the responsibility of these key areas and tasks to the concerned person. Maybe principal or HOD will ensure that a lab is set up. HOD will also ensure that equipment is purchased. Maybe director or principal has to ensure recruitment as per the recruitment guidelines. So this is how you prepare this operation plan. I can take one or two more example. Let us identify some other key area. Maybe you feel that okay, your faculty, that you are having resources, but your faculty is not trained. Your faculty needs training in okay, or your staff member need training. So this can be one of the problem area, that your people are not trained. That is why you are not able to implement the curriculum properly. Now, if this is the problem, my friends, then you see whether whether they need, your faculty needs training in the area of subject area. I mean, if they are teaching certain subject, and do they need updation of knowledge and skill in that particular subject area? So that can be one of the tasks, and for that HOD or principal will be the concerned person. Sometime you need training. I mean, you may be trained in that subject area, but you need training in pedagogy, how to teach, how to manage the classroom, how to make use of audiovisual aids, how to make use of AI and VR, how to engage in cooperative method of teaching, how to make use of flipped classroom. Okay, so you need training in these areas. Okay, so once or sometimes, I mean, nowadays so much technology is being used, how to make use of ICT, information and communication technology, in your classroom, how you can use various tools in your classroom. So if that type of training is needed, who will coordinate this one? Maybe principal or HOD. And similarly, some other people, some senior faculty member, they may need training in the area of management, how to manage the resources, maybe training in the area of entrepreneurship development, maybe training in the area of curriculum development. So who will be the concerned person? Maybe director will director technical education will ensure training of faculty and staff. So again, my focus is that identify what is the key problem area, identify what are different tasks related to this key area, make a team, identify the person who will be responsible for these key areas and tasks, and give them some time, that within this much time this task should be completed, this key areas, key problem areas should be handled. Maybe just last one or two more slides, and then we will complete it. Another key problem area can be, as I told you, instruction material is not available. Good textbook is not available. Sometimes I have seen textbooks are available, laboratory manuals may not be available. And especially, my friends, if you want that desired skills need to be developed in the students, for that good laboratories, well established laboratories are required. Good laboratory manuals are equally required. So just check out whether your institute, your department, whether you are having laboratory manuals corresponding to every subject where practicals need to be performed. So development of good instructional material is very, very important. So if this is the problem area, then what are the tasks related to this one? If good material is not available, then somehow someone has to develop the instruction material. So developing the learning material, developing the textbook, developing the laboratory manual, that can be one of the tasks. And this responsibility can be given to some subject teachers. Okay, so for example, you are not having laboratory manual in the area of, say, metrology. You are not having laboratory manual in the subject area of materials and metallurgy. You are not having laboratory manual in the area of some other subject area. So identify certain subject teacher and give them the responsibility to develop the material, develop the textbook, develop the laboratory manual. Then once they develop the learning material, then it has to be assessed what is the quality of that textbook, what is the quality of that laboratory manual. So assessment of learning material, someone can take up that responsibility, maybe head of department or some other person, maybe some person from industry. They can be given I mean, you identify, make a team and give them the responsibility to assess the learning material. And sometime, my friends, good instructional material is available in the market. Good textbooks are available. Good laboratory manuals are available in the market. Good working models are available in the market. Charts are available in the market. So you need to procure those material, maybe for your library or in your department. So procurement of instruction material is very, very important. And again, you can give this responsibility to some person, maybe head of department, maybe make a team who is involved in purchasing of this material. So this is, my friend, how we should go about in implementing the curriculum at departmental level, at institute level, that identify the key problem areas, identify the task that need to be carried out to address this problem, and make a team who will, and give them certain time, and in that time that team will work on these problem areas, carry out these tasks, and that is how you will be in a much better position to implement your curriculum. So, my friends, this is what all I wanted to share as far as curriculum design and curriculum implementation is concerned. I'm sure that all the faculty members, you are part of technical education system. You are engaged in teaching, learning process. You are engaged in effective implementation of the curriculum. So make your best effort. Please ensure that whatever curriculum objectives are there, whatever course outcomes, program outcomes are there, please dedicate yourself so that by the end of the semester, those course outcomes are achieved. By the end of the program, those program outcomes are achieved. And if there are certain problem areas, try your best to address those problems. At the classroom level, you are the authority, you are the implementers of the curriculum. Please try to focus on the learning outcomes. You organize your lecture in such a way that all the time your focus is on learning outcome, whether the course outcomes are being achieved or not. And for that, provide different types of varied experiences, varied learning experiences to the students. Students should not be only passive listeners. Engage them in various activities. Make the teaching learning interesting, more interactive. And that is how, my friends, you will be able to achieve the outcomes. And that is how you will be able to implement the curriculum effectively. These are some of the references: Saylor, Alexander, and Lewis. Planning for better teaching and learning. You can go through this book. Then another book on fundamentals of curriculum development by Smith, Stanley, Shores, and another one on curriculum development, Guide to Practice by Wiles, John, and Joseph Botti. So thank you very much. If there are any questions, my friends, you can directly unmute and ask any question.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, R.K. Kanwarji. Yes,
So,
sir. Good afternoon.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Thank you, sir, for this wonderful session. Sir, I have a question. I want to know about your views that as an educators, how we can effectively access the impact of effectiveness of this curriculum implementation regarding our subject?
Okay. Okay. So there are various ways, various tools that you can use. So you want to see, you are teaching one particular subject area. You want to know whether whether the outcomes related to that subject, whether they have been achieved or not, to what extent your teaching was effective. So that is at one level. And similarly, your program, complete program, whether the duration is 4 year or 5 year or 3 years. So to how effective was your teaching learning during the entire program, whether the objectives or the outcomes of the program have been achieved or not. So what I will suggest here is that if you really want to go about this one, there are two ways. One is two methods of assessment. One you call as formative assessment, and the second one is called the summative assessment. Formative assessment actually means that is a continuous assessment. You provide certain inputs, and then you check out from the students whether they have learned or not. And that you are already carrying out. Maybe you are asking the student, you are going to the classroom and asking the students in an informal way whatever you taught in the previous class. Maybe you are asking the students to appear for a quiz, maybe 5 minute quiz, 10 minutes quiz. So from time to time, asking the students to appear for certain tests, or some certain viva voice, or some question you're before. While engaging any session, just interact with the student for a couple of minutes, ask questions, whatever was taught in the previous class. So that is one way of assessment. And at the end of the semester also, if you have got certain outcomes, certain course outcome, so write down this course outcome. Just to share those outcomes right at the start of your course also, that these are the outcomes that you want to achieve. And from time during the sessions also, you tell them that this is the outcomes that we are planning to achieve. And at the end of the semester, you get this feedback from the student whether those outcomes have been achieved or not, to what extent they have been achieved or not, whether the achievement was moderate and completely all those outcomes have been achieved or not. So in this way, my friend, you have to develop your own format, that I'll be getting this feedback at the end of the semester, and some feedback you will be also getting during the semester. Maybe during the semester, of course, you are asking the student to appear for some sessional examination, some assignment you are giving them, some quiz, some otherwise some question answer session during the classroom. So all these things combined together, and some feedback at the end of the semester, that will enable you to find out to what extent your teaching or learning was effective. Otherwise, also informally, also you can ask the student whether they have been able to understand. Is there any language barrier? Is there any topic which is difficult? How they would like to learn? All this feedback. Otherwise, also you can get this feedback from the student, and based on that, you can modify your teaching learning process. I hope it is clear.
Wonder, wonderful, sir. Wonderful. Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Kamarji. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank all the participants, and I'm sure that all of you at your places are making your best efforts. And I know that there are difficulties, there are problems in implementing the curriculum effectively. But that is where the role of the teacher comes into place. That is because you are there. I am sure that all the problems that are there at institute level, departmental level, you will be able to identify those problem areas and identify the tasks that can be carried out to address those problems, and make a team that will be able to handle those problems. And that is how you will be able to. Thank you very much.